Hello and welcome to Pro Tour Hollywood. I'm Randy Bueller here with Brian David Marshall. We are getting ready for the semifinals. Two of these four players are going to meet for $40,000 and the Pro Tour Hollywood title that they will carry with them for the rest of their lives. Will it be Jan Roos? He's playing a Merfolk deck that he worked on with Jim Harold. Harold beat Shuhei Nakamura earlier in this tournament. Can Jan pull off the same trick here in the semifinals? Squaring off against him, there you see Shuhei Nakamura. 5 Pro Tour top 8s, 20 Pro Tour levels over the course of the last 3 years. This guy has been on top of the game for years. He's been in 5 top 8s. He's got a green-black elf deck that he's taking into battle with him here, looking to finally get the W, to win the entire tournament.
Perpetual Player of the Year, silver and bronze medalist.
Exactly, well said. So players have come out. Shuhei has gone with the Llanowar Elves and a nice, pretty full art Imperious Perfects. And for Jan, Singh and the...
Sig, River Guide, and Curse Catcher.
Curse Catcher.
Which will not catch a lot of curses against Shuhei's, very creature-heavy deck.
Not very many instant and sorceries for it to hit.
Go.
So Jan comes over for 2. Shuhei is at 17. On the back table, we've got Younghan Chu versus Charles Gindy. Chu and his Revelark deck had to mulligan to 5 in the first game, and then got thought seized on game 1. So word on the street is that Revelark has got a really good matchup against Gindy's sort of biggish green-black elf deck, but Gindy looking like he's in great shape in the first game. Interesting that Shuhei sends over the Llanowar Elves here.
Staring down.
Does not want to attack with the Perfect. Presumably would rather put a 2/2 elf into play.
Well, certainly doesn't want to trade the Perfect for a Mutavault. Sig River Guide can absorb a point of damage here, if he gives it protection from green, but he wants to keep his mana up for more instant speed threats. I don't know if we've seen a Perfect actually activate.
I haven't seen one on camera yet.
It just always dies immediately.
There's not a lot of creature kill in the blue-white Merfolk deck, though. There are the Sun Lances. Are those in the sideboard?
Those are in the sideboard.
Alright, get a look at Jan's hand. Looks like a couple of lands. I see Lord of Atlantis hiding in there.
Lord of Atlantis, and it looked like Silver Gill Adept.
He can play both of those this turn, right?
Yeah, he can, and draw a card, maybe find...
How much...
Find his Tideshipper Mystic to get his island on.
How much removal does Shuhei have in main?
Let's take a look. Shuhei has Profane Command, Nameless Inversion, and Thoughtseize as his spell suite. He also has Garruk Wildspeaker. I don't know what that counts as. Whether that's a spell or a guy or a best pal to play Magic with.
Nice. An ally.
You see Chandra peering over Shuhei's shoulder.
Sure.
She knows what to do about those Merfolk.
And there's... So what's Jan debating here?
Well, he's thinking about how much he wants to commit to the board and how much mana he wants to keep up to be able to use Sig to protect his Merfolk from removal spells.
And Charles Gindy has indeed taken a very quick game 1. Couple of Imperious Perfects. versus a double mulligan hand.
Here comes Silver Gel.
Yeah, Adept revealing Lord of Atlantis. That seemed like, in all scenarios, that had to be the play there.
Right.
Get
I
another
guess what he's
threat, draw a
considering
card.
is whether or not he's going to play.
Does he play the Lord of Atlantis?
Lord
That's
of
a fair
Atlantis,
question. But why not? I don't know. It seems like I want to know what the top card in my library is. Once I conclude it's time to play Adept, all right, let me get that information and then reconsider the board.
And here comes.
Shuhei makes an elf, blocks with a 2/2, and yep, he's going to force Jan to spend his mana. Interesting. He knows there's Lord of Atlantis in Jan's hand. What do you think of that play?
I'm not sure I like that. I think if
Jan's going to wind up spending his mana that way. I guess, effectively, he does not have Lord of Atlantis on play, but he did get to kill an elf.
But Nameless Inversion can take out the Sig now. I don't know. I guess he just does what he wants to control the board. Seems fine, I guess.
I don't know. There's no mass removal threat. I'd be very tempted to just plop down a Lord, go up to 4.
Sounds like we're going to see a Civic Wayfinder, 3/3.
Yep, 3/3 Wayfinder.
Let's go get a land, play it, make it 2/2 token. Oh, nope, no swamp.
Make the token off the land or else.
Yep. Or he
can Nameless Inversion.
Or he can make a 4/4. Red run.
The Elf Tribe looks bigger than the Merfolk Tribe so far.
They're going to steal the Merfolk's lunch money. There's still a lot of gas in Shuhei's hand.
I didn't see it. What's in it?
Looks like 2 Tarmogoyfs and a Garrick.
Wow. Nothing in the graveyard yet.
And a Civic Wayfinder. Yeah, well, the name was, I mean, the Tarmogoyf's not terribly exciting at the moment.
All right, so the board right now is Sig, Curse Catcher, Silvergill Adept for Jan Roos. Squaring off.
Vault and 4 more lands.
Right.
Here comes Lord of Atlantis.
Here comes Lord of Atlantis. Those are the 4 creatures on Jan Roos' side of the board. Jan Roos is lining up an attack into a board from Shuhei Nakamura that includes Ren'Run Vanquisher, Civic Wayfinder, Imperious Perfect, and Llanowar Elves. There's no mana left to make a token with Perfect, but +1/+1 ability means that's a 3/3 Wayfinder and a 4/4 Vanquisher. So Sig comes over as a 3/3. Shuhei is lined up a trade. Ren'Run Vanquisher is going to beat up on the Adept. Sig gives protection to himself, so he'll win that combat, but the Adept loses. So it's effectively a 1-for-1 trade. Wayfinder traded for Adept. And no damage got through, and Roos had to tap some mana. Roos plays another Curse Catcher. I think edge Nakamura on that exchange, don't you think?
It certainly looks that way, and Nakamura gets a 2/2 every turn as well.
Right. I mean, if he just stays neutral, and that attack was effectively Jan spent some mana and 2 guys traded, didn't feel like Jan got much of an edge there from that attack.
I don't really like Game 1 for Jan at all.
Okay. In general, or with this draw?
In general. I mean, again, he just has no way to remove a perfect. He has to counter it. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty reasonable for Shuhei to make a turn 2 perfect and just sneak it in out under there. You know, he has 6 counter spells. They all cost 3 or 4.
Right.
Of course, Jan could build up a nice little army, and
an island would do a lot here,
put
right?
the command in for the win. Remember, if Shuhei gets a Mutavault, his Mutavaults are 3/3 Island Walkers against Jan right now.
That's true.
There's Garrick. Garrick's up to 4 already.
Here comes. I guess that's now a 1/2 Tarmogoyf?
Yes, it is.
Just creatures in the bin. Yeah, it seems like Jan really needs Tideshaper Mystic. He's got 2 copies of it in his deck. He creates